Alright, got myself into a pretty good situation here. Alright, it's the night before, and I just wanted to give a quick little overview of the back of the 4Runner camping setup using the new platform and the window reflecto thingamajigs that I made. You can see here I've got the bed stretched out. I removed the bottom seat cushion for that side of the vehicle. That way I could have a little bit more headroom. I'm about 6'1", so having that extra room is necessary unless you plan on being diagonal in the back of the vehicle. As a cheap storage solution, I went ahead and put some plastic spare drawers that I had laying around the house, and I think those ought to work nicely. I've got them oriented towards my sleeping bed. That way I can access them from inside the vehicle if I need to. I have some spare clothes and snacks and stuff that I'll be putting in there. On this side I have a spare wool blanket and my med kit. On this side I have the Reflectix and the drawers. Up front I have the tire chains and my chair. In this Plano box I have all of my recovery gear. It's easily accessible under the cam strap. On top I have my Camp Chef grill thing. We're headed up the mountain towards Lonesome Lake. So far, it's about 50 degrees and no snow on the ground. The forecast says that this area is supposed to get hammered here tonight, and then tomorrow it's supposed to drop down into the 30s and 20s. Tonight it should be in the 20s though, so regardless of whether there's snow or not, it should be a pretty cold trip. Alright, we found some snow. Awesome. I think it's only going to get snowier from here. We were having fun going up the mountain, and it wasn't long before I found myself stuck. Alright, got myself into a pretty good situation here. Roads are getting pretty slick. I've actually been through this area once already, but on this second pass after picking up a buddy, well, the snow just kind of pulled me off to the side. So they're on their way back, gonna give me a tug, and we've also got a winch available if we need it. So I wasn't really high centered in this spot, but all four wheels were spinning. Yeah, I could have shoveled or used traction boards, but when you have other vehicles available, why not use them? My buddy had just finished installing his winch, so we thought we'd give it a try. He gave me a little bit of a tug, and then I was able to just kind of go full send and throw myself out of the ditch with only minimal Pacific Northwest pinstriping. Road conditions weren't too bad, but it was definitely slick. It wasn't long before I found myself sliding off the road on occasion. The tires that I have on the vehicle right now are pretty crappy. They're placeholders really until I get my new ones, so that didn't help. Just got word that the road up ahead gets worse and worse, so this might be the end of the line for us. We were definitely a little bit bummed that we didn't make it all the way out to the lake like we wanted to, but it's impossible to predict weather conditions, and we really just wanted to get to camp before dark so that we could have a little bit of fun and hang out with each other. All right, well, we got ourselves turned around, which is good. Two of us, Chris and Jason, went up a little bit further, and the snow just got worse and worse. So we're turned around, we're backtracking to the campsite that we were at earlier. It's at 4,700 feet, so if it's gonna snow, it's gonna snow there for sure. So yeah, just gonna make our way back now. Not doing a whole lot of filming. Just because the snow conditions in the road are just really nasty, so it's dangerous. See you in a bit. It wasn't long before the little drizzle we'd had all day turned into a straight up downpour for a few hours. Eventually it turned into snow, and at that time we decided to make a fire. That's beautiful. Oh my God. As the fire died, the temperature dropped, and the wind began to blow sideways. Everyone retreated to their individual camp setups. All right, night one in the back of the SUV camping. I've never really, well, I did do it last year, but this is the first time that I've had it kind of planned out in some form or another. It's pretty dang cold out. Looking at the thermometer on the dash, it says it's 25. The wind's chooching pretty good. I'd say the temperature's probably dropping. Snow's coming down sideways really. So I've got the vehicle warming up just to warm up the air in here. I've got my insulative panels in the windows, and pretty soon here I'm going to crack them open just a little bit Not too much though, because the wind's blowing pretty hard, and my buddy Kurt, he had his windows cracked, and even with the little rain visor things, the wind blew snow in through the cracks. So I want to mitigate against that and just have them open just a little bit. But the bed setup seems like it's going to work pretty well. I've got the air blowing as hard as possible, try and warm it up a little bit in here. I was able to boil some water and then fill up my Nalgene here, so this is nice and warm. I've got like my little heater buddy to hug tonight, and yeah, I'm just gonna get settled in here, and I've got some Netflix and Hulu movies and stuff downloaded offline, so if I'm not quite ready for bed, then I'll probably watch a couple of those and just chill out a little bit. But yeah, let me show you my setup real quick. All right, forgive the lighting. I've got my flashlight going here. So here in the back, I've got just, one of these 3 cheapo drawer systems that you can get at Walmart, and I strap that down, and that's been working pretty well, and it allows me to access, a couple things while I'm inside the vehicle. And then right here, I've got a Plano Sportsman with all of my recovery gear in it, and then my stove, and then I'm sitting in my bed, obviously, and then up front, the cockpit. So that's basically it. I've got plenty of room right here, pretty good. I've got 2 mattresses, or 2 camping pads rather, stacked, and yeah, just letting the AC run and the heater run for a little bit, warm it up, also dehumidify it a little bit, and then I'm gonna crack the windows and hunker down a little bit. So all right, I'll catch you in a bit. All right, so camp's kind of waking up right now. I'm in the car. I've got the heater going just to kind of warm it up. I wanted to show you how the window blockers worked last night. So on the back window, there's a nice coat of snow. On the sides, on this side, we had a lot of wind blowing in from that direction, and it actually came in through the crack and then went down in between the shade and the window. So I think it did help a little bit. I've got them packed away right now, but I had the window cracked just a smidge, and I honestly think that it did help with adding a little bit of insulation. So I'm all snuggled in my blankets. I've got my jacket here. It's kind of just warming up a little bit before I put it on. Maybe have some breakfast or something. Some of the guys are getting ready or eating something. Kurt's still asleep. It got down to low 20s last night and just snowed and was really windy. One of us was in a tent, and I think that was pretty intense. In the car, it was even loud. So I'm glad we were able to hunker down, and everyone seemed to do okay. Well, Kurt's not up yet, so he might be dead. Sometimes simpler is better. I just had some cup of noodles for breakfast, and everyone retreated back to their vehicles for breakfast. As I quickly discovered, if your awning gets too full of snow and ice, it might be impossible to roll up and zipper. That's Ryu's ramp. He's ready to go back in. Last night that tree broke and fell in this spot, and you can see it was just the top of it. We did not camp up here, partially for that reason. We were down below in a clearing. This would be a pretty good campsite for tents or something. The only thing is, I think in the summer this is really easy to get to, and this is a popular like goof off spot. So I wouldn't want a bunch of people to show up and
start hanging bear food.
I'm a dope pants. Bottoming out a little bit. I think all the good traction's gone now. With playtime over, we hit the road. Four or 5 inches of fresh snow covered the trail from last night. After airing up, we all hit the highway, and before long, we went our ways.
Gentlemen, it was fun. See you guys on next time.
Adios!
Goodbye.
Turn right on Washington 164 West.
Alright, time for me to get over.
Alright, man. It was a fun night. Enjoy the drive. Enjoy your Chick-fil-A. Let me know how it is.
Yeah, man, thanks for coming along. I'm stoked that you were able to make it. It was an adventure, that's for sure. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next adventure.